The first game for Barcelona after the break, away against Mallorca, and this was very, very comfortable for the league leaders. A 4-0 victory over Mallorca. Lionel Messi with 2 assists and a goal as well right at the end, putting Barca 5 points clear at the top of the table. We welcome to the show Ali, Jules and Craig. Craig, let's start with you. Easy peasy.
Well, it was in the end, but I mean, there were periods during that first half where actually Mallorca played some good stuff and had some chances. And that was after going behind, to that very early Vidal goal. So they had to weather, I wouldn't call it a storm, but they had to weather some possession and a little bit of pressure. But ultimately, that quality came through in the end. And Messi got 90 minutes in. Suarez got some game time off the back of the injury before the lockdown. So really, the message been sent to Real Madrid is that you're going to be chasing us.
All eyes on Messi, inevitably around the world, Ali, and a goal at the end, couple of assists, lovely jubbly.
Yeah, and maybe it's the perception that you get in watching on TV, and the guy doesn't have a beard anymore, and you think, has he lost some weight? He looks a little lean. He looked fresh. He looked lively. A couple of turnovers in the first half that you may have said, come on now, Leo. Don't do like Ronaldo yesterday and have a nightmare. Well, he didn't quite have that. He was actually very good and finding vertical passing, movement with and without the ball. Of course, assisting in the couple of goals that you just mentioned, got a goal of his own. And there were a lot of things to like about his game. And most of all, the fact that he gets through the 90 minutes, he gets his fitness in. You get a rotation of players in and now that is important for Barcelona, given the amount of games that they have coming up. Luis Suarez comes off the bench. He also looked lively and fresh and ready and fit, ready to go. You get a goal from Braithwaite. That's important as well, just as to have an option if Suarez is not available. There are a lot of positive things here for Barcelona, but I'm with Craig in saying that there were lulls in the game for Barcelona that allowed Mallorca to grow into some sort of confidence. But here's the thing, and here's the reality and the truth about Mallorca. They're in the relegation zone because of a reason. And the truth is that they don't really have the quality to threaten in the final third. Other teams may have caused some more problems today for Barcelona. Mallorca not good enough to do so, and Barcelona in the end walk away with a 4-0 win.
Jules, we talked about Martin Braithwaite a lot, didn't he, when he made that controversial move to Barcelona away from Leganés because of the injuries within the Barca squad, getting his first goal today. He didn't really celebrate it. I was like, oh, this is a dream come true. It's almost as if he couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe because it was, in the end, quite an easy finish for him. He hits it well on the half volley, but he's quite close to the goal, and there's not much of a defending on him. But yes, it was a bit surprising, maybe as well because of the whole context, and maybe he was just the one who was told don't celebrate, so he didn't celebrate compared to others. I don't know, but it's good for his confidence for sure. Even if he still, it could be weird to people that he's the starter in that team compared to the rest of the team. But he did his job today. I thought he fought hard. He created. He brought some movement in. He clearly had a lot of desire and motivation. It's not enough, but for a game like today, when you haven't played for 3 months, I think that's really helpful for your team.
The key.
Do you know what I hated? Do you know I hated this? I hated this transfer, Dan. And I was watching this game, and I thought, and I know it's not happening, but I thought, is it right? We discussed it at the time. Was it right? Well, it was right within the way the laws are written in Spain, but morally, I think it was morally corrupt. And I was watching it today, and it's nothing against Martin Braithwaite, but should this transfer have stood, bearing in mind the pandemic that we've gone through and the reasons for that he was brought into the club, and that is they didn't have enough fit players. Well, that has gone away with this pandemic in the main. So therefore, it is definitely an unfair advantage for Barcelona now to have an extra body, plus those players that were injured, fit for the rest of the season. There you go. There's my Martin Braithwaite, Barcelona moan, straight out the gate.
Now, are you going to moan about the fake fans as well, Craig?
Why, are you not been following my Twitter feed today?
I muted you a while ago.
You're not alone. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm blocking you. That's it. I'm telling you now, you're getting blocked.
Oh,
I liked it. I really like, and I hope other broadcasters take. And I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where they generate this from, I'm being honest, but I do hope other leagues try and generate this visual, because I think like the sound being pumped in, it's far from ideal, But when we talked about it with the Bundesliga very early on, it took the edge off it. I mean, there was only Jan Agafjordov didn't like it. But that tells you all you need to know about the Norwegians, didn't they? They're hard to please. But here we had, looking at a stadium, and we had the virtual fans. It just took the edge away. It took the empty seats away and aligned to the little bit of noise that was coming through. I think, in my opinion, it actually felt more like a competitive game than it would do with no noise, and you can see all the seats in the stadium. So I gave it a big thumbs up.
Wow, there you are. What a moment for them.
Wow.
It's a computer-generated fan. It was a real fan who actually came on. A pitch invader came on in the second half to take a selfie. We saw that. Ali, these fans, it kind of works, doesn't it? If you're La Premier League and you're watching, you're saying, right, yeah, we're going to use fake fans and fake sounds because it looks a lot better.
Yes, it does. And as you're focusing on what's going on out on the field, all you see from your peripheral vision is just essentially that, just virtual fans. It's just, but you sense that the fans are there. Now, of course they're fake, of course they're computer generated, but I think it does add to the TV experience. It only gets a little bit weird when they cut out to a different angle, and then you notice, well, the stadium is empty. It is completely empty. There is nobody there. And so when you go into replay or you see a different angle or the opposite angle and you see the whole stadium empty, you're like, it's just a subtle reminder that, oh, wait a minute, there's nobody here. I think overall you enjoy the fact that it does create an atmosphere, it does create an environment, and I'm all for it. Whether it's computer generator or they have cardboard or whoever they have out there, as long as it doesn't look empty, I'm all for it.
Jules?
I agree with the boys, and I know the Premier League are looking at all options possible, all the clubs in the Premier League and in the Championship as well, to try to make the game a bit better to watch. And I think you can't blame them for that. Maybe it's not of the taste of everyone, maybe, but you can't blame people for trying to make it a bit more enjoyable for us to watch in front of the television, to be more presentable, you try the noises, you try the virtual fans, the cardboards, the banners, the flags, anything you want, really. You can't blame people for trying. We know it's not football like we would like it to be, but at least they're trying. And in that case, I thought it was good as well, like the boys did.
Dan, hey, listen, just quickly, if we do one more show during this lockdown and Julien Laurens's power battery goes, we're going to have to get a virtual Julien Laurens on this bloody show because I'm fed up with it.
Yeah,
every time.
It's not my fault. Come on.
We had to stop down because Jules's mic stopped working because he forgot to charge it. And this has been a continuous theme for a very long time. Forgot his lights, forgot to charge them, forgot to charge his camera. You think Jules would be the sensor one out of all? Stevie Nichol's been more technically sound than you have been, Jules, throughout this show.
Controversy.
Craig, are we in a situation for Real Madrid? They've got to win every game going in, even though it's just, 5 points now, 2 points overall?
Yeah, absolutely. You're chasing and you know that. And whilst they'll be big favourites, of course, in tomorrow's game, it's always better, in my experience, to have the points on the board and be sat at home, chilling out, relaxing, watching the game, and see if they're going to drop points, see if they're going to have a bad game, see how fit they are, see what the nerves are going to be like after this shutdown, and all those sort of scenarios. It is much better to be playing ahead of the game and getting the 3 points in the bag, which is, of course, what Barca have done. So Real Madrid know that. They know they're chasing their tail, but they should have barring the odd person, they should have a fully fit squad, up to speed, and we'll get a good look at them tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.